Greetings, my name is Sivikele Ndugu and I'm with my group members. We are going to have presentation about Education White Paper 5. Our presentation is going to include introduction, purpose of White Paper 5, key features, implementation, challenges encountered, importance of this policy, and also conclusion. Education White Paper 5 was introduced in 2001 by the Department of Education to improve access to quality education for young learners, especially those learners coming from poor communities. Those poor communities and poor backgrounds include schools in rural areas where they have less resources to make learning meaningful, and also to make learning effective. So Education White Paper 5 was introduced to respond to those challenges. White Paper 5 focus was on early childhood development, which is ECD in South Africa, and it also emphasized the importance of collaboration between different sectors to improve early childhood education. Those different sectors include improving ECD centers, training practitioners, and also building strong partnerships between government, communities, and NGOs. So Mr. Ntuli will take us through the purpose of White Paper 5. Thank you.
My name is Andan Ntuli, and I'll be talking about the purposes of the White Paper 5. The government recognized that the years from birth to 9 years are crucial for building foundation for learning and development. In other words, the government saw that the years from 0 to 9 years old are very important for building foundation for learning and development. Another purpose of the White Paper 5 was to improve early childhood education by enhancing the quality and accessibility of early childhood education for young children, which can be done by training ECD workers, building new ECD centers, improving new ECD centers just for, the quality to improve and for more children to have access to it. Another purpose of the White Paper 5 was to encourage the holistic development of young children. So not just in one area, but the holistic development. That could include cognitive development, social development, emotional development, physical development of young children. So the child as a whole, not just one part. Another purpose was to address the inequalities, especially from children in rural areas who have little to no resources, poor infrastructure. The government was trying to breach the gap there so every child can get a fair start, to an education. That was another purpose of the White Paper 5. Thank you.
My name is Andisiwe Ngobese and I will be talking about the key features. White Paper 5 had several important features designed to strengthen ECD. The first was the plan to achieve universal access to grade R by 2010, so that every 5 or 6-year-old child would attend school. Another feature was improving the quality of ECD centers through proper training for practitioners and the supply of learning materials. For example, this is the supply of textbooks, as we all know that schools are short of textbooks, and improving the overall physical appearance of the school. The policy also recognized the role of parents and caregivers in supporting early learning at home. This is when the parent helps the child during homework. It further promoted equity by ensuring poor or disadvantaged children were prioritized in education. Finally, it introduced government funding and subsidies to support registered ECD across the country. This policy aimed to give all children a strong start in life, regardless of their background or income. Thank you.
My name is Princess Bongeka Ndlovu, and I will be taking you through the implementations. The Department of Education worked with other government departments to implement White Paper 5 step by step. A central focus is on rolling out Grade R and ensuring access for all learners by 2010. One of their main goals was making Grade R available to all children by the year of 2010. Subsidies were introduced to registered ECD centers to make early education more affordable, especially for poor families. They provided financial support to registered ECD centers so that young children could receive better quality education. The government also worked on training ECD practitioners to raise the quality of teaching in early programs. Partnerships were encouraged with NGOs and communities to expand and strengthen local ECD services. Monitoring systems were also put in place to check whether ECD programs were effective in preparing children for school.
My name is Siphobuhle Sandisonala. I am going to talk about the challenges encountered. The implementation of White Paper 5 faced several challenges that slowed down progress. A major challenge was the shortage of trained ECD practitioners, which made it difficult to provide quality education. Many rural areas had no proper facilities, leaving children without access to ECD programs. Infrastructure problems such as poor classrooms, lack of toilets, and absence of learning resources also affected learning. Funding was another big issue because government subsidies were too small to cover all the costs of running centers. Parents in some areas still had to pay fees, which excluded the poorest families. These challenges meant that not all targets were fully achieved by 2010.
My name is Bongmusa Ngqulunga, and I will be focusing on the importance and the conclusion of this topic of White Paper 5. So, despite the challenges, White Paper 5 played an important role in shaping South Africa's education system. It highlighted that early years are critical for a child's growth, development, and success in school. By focusing on Grade R, it gave many children a better foundation before entering formal schooling. The policy also promoted fairness by trying to reduce the inequalities between rich and poor learners. It encouraged collaboration between government, families, and communities in supporting children's development. In conclusion, White Paper 5 is a key milestone that strengthened early childhood development and promoted equal opportunities in education.